Hey guys, what's going on? Well, it's a stormy day and we're not going to get to go to the lake. So I was down here doing a little dreaming, messing around with some of my tackle. And I thought about something that we need to let y'all in on. I have something that I've used for years. And if you're a live bait fisherman, if you like to fish with minnows, you don't want to miss this video. So hang around with us and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm not going to keep y'all waiting. Let me explain to you just a little bit about what I've done. If you'll take a look right here, what you're looking at is a old deep freezer that I've got down here in my basement. And I've had it down here for years. And if you'll look, man, it's rusty, nasty. But this is one thing that I have been able to enjoy. I built this myself, not the deep freezer. It's been repurposed. Let's take a look inside. Now check that out. If you'll look, and there's not a whole lot in there right now, but there's some minnows swimming around in the deep freezer. What I've done, I've turned this deep freezer into a minnow tank. And I bet I've had it down here 15 years. You can look and see that the sides have rusted and it's become deteriorated a little bit. But it still works perfectly. And what I'm going to do is show you what I've done. That way, if you want to build you a minnow tank for your basement, then you can maybe use some of the ideas that I've utilized in my tank. The tank, like I said, is just an old freezer. It's an old chest type freezer, and I brought it into the basement and got a crazy idea that I'm gonna turn it into a minnow tank, right? But like I said, I've had this for years. And what it allows me to do, I can get bait when it's convenient for me. And if I want to go fishing at 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't have to wait on the bait shop. If I want to go fishing at 8 o'clock at night, I don't have to worry about if they're closed. I can go ahead and get my bait. You can hear Ruckus in the background. He's mad because he ain't out here. But so all I've got to do is come out here, get my bait, put it in the bucket, put it in the boat. I'm ready to go at a moment's notice. If I get home late in the evening, or you know, I'm not wasting time. Now, you know, minnows are not going to live in this forever, but I've successfully kept minnows in this bait tank 6, 8, 10 weeks at a time. And I don't, there's, you know, sometimes I buy my bait by the pound. And I can put them in here, and I can put 2 or 3 pounds of bait in this cooler or this freezer, and I've got bait for several weeks. And regardless of when I want to go, I've already got my bait, and I'm ready to go to the river. So let's take a look at what we got. So basically, it's very, very simple. You can see that I've got a water hose back there. And all that's for is from time to time I like to add some fresh water to the tank. You got to change out the water from time to time, and having a water hose and a spigot down here makes it really, really easy. But what I did, if you'll take a look here on the end of this tank, and I know the lighting down here ain't the best, but I took a sawzall and I cut a notch in my tank to where I could put a filter. And that's basically a filter that would go on a fish aquarium. It recirculates the water, it oxygenates the water, and it's filtering out some of the waste from the fish. And all I done, like I said, is I took a sawzall and I cut me a recess in the side of the bait tank or the freezer, so that my filter would set down. I didn't think that I needed the water to be all the way to the top. Plus, I like the filter setting down there so I can shut the lid. So you can see that I get the lid shut. And so that's the purpose of cutting a notch. You can do that if you want to. You don't have to. You could get you one of these filters and just hang it over the side. I also have, and y'all have to forgive me, this is not, I've got me a air pump, and it's plugged in. I've got me a receptacle up there at the top, but I got me an air pump, and I've got 2 air stones. If you'll look down at the bottom, you'll see that blue strip. And that's an air stone that helps oxygenate the water and keep my minnows alive. It's basically, I've basically set up a fish tank, you know, down here in the basement. Now over here, about at the water level I like to maintain, I have drilled and siliconed in a piece of PVC, and I basically just use, if you'll look, I've got a minnow net over a piece of the solo cup, and I cup it over that, and that sort of keeps my minnows from going down my drain, because the purpose of that drain, when I run water in from the water hose that's over there, then I've got my drain set up, and I've got another flexible hose that runs out, old garden hose, that runs out to where I can roll that out and drain the tank. And like I said, I'm not draining it 100%. All I'm doing is exchanging some of the water. And so fortunately, I'm blessed to have well water. And if you've got well water, you can just run water in and let it exchange. And I don't exchange it all. I probably exchange 30% once a week is all you need to do. Now, if you don't have well water, the chlorine that's in city water will kill your minnows. So what you need to do is you're going to have to take and put the water in some kind of container that's open on the top, just like you're maintaining an aquarium. But if you take that water and you run it into a container that's open, a couple 5-gallon buckets will be fine, then the chlorine can evaporate, and you can use that to exchange some of your water in your minnow tank. But like I said, this is something that we've used for years and years and years. And if you fish a lot, I know that if you're just a once in a while fisherman, this is probably not something that you want to set up. But if you fish a lot, if you crappie fish all the time, this is something that will save you a lot of time. And you'll always have bait. And you'll never be waiting on the minnow shop to open. You'll never get there on Saturday evening and find out that they've run out of minnows for the weekend. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. Until next time, it's Cliffside Outfitters. Y'all have a good day.